Hello, this is forecaster Dante Brown from the Weather Fan Storm Prediction Center. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late on the Northeast Detailed Winter 2011-2000 outlook. A couple things have happened around here, so I haven't been able to get to it. But here it is now. I'm going to break down the different variables that I think will occur during this upcoming winter for the Northeast. Now here's my general analysis for that is posted on the website. It says the Northeast in general looks poised to repeat last year, with the exception of the major cities such as New York City and Boston. I expect them to have more of an average season. Boston is still up in the air with me, as I still think they could be included in the cold and snowy range this year. Areas like Buffalo and Albany, New York should have a cold and snowy winter. Even Maine should get in some of this action. So that's what I think when it comes to the Northeast in general, and I'm going to explain a couple of these variables when it comes to the winter, to my outlook for the Northeast by storm tracks. Now, as I said in my winter forecast video, my first edition video covering the entire United States, that the NAO will most likely be positive. And if the NAO is positive, that means that the storm tracks will, well, I'm going to tell you what happens when it's negative first. With negative storm NAO, which we had for a lot of last winter, or for greater portions last winter, we have low pressure systems that are farther off the coast, which means that you really have to be on a very, very far coastal section to get very mixed conditions, and that's what we had. Which means that areas like New York City and Boston, and down the I-95 corridor, down even to Philadelphia, they received pretty good substantial snowfall, and that's where the big snowstorms happened. While areas up here, they were lucky to get some flurries up here, and a lot of areas over here ended up getting some light snow. Most of the snow that came up in here was most likely from lake effect. So what do I expect this winter? This is all last year. So this winter, this is what I expect: storm track to be farther on the coast, more often than not, which means that the mixed situations will be farther inland, and this area which was mixed, these areas that were mixed last season probably will be rained this season. But more mixed and icy situations are snow to rain, then back over to snow, or snow to ice, and the remaining ice and ending up as snow. That's more of a pattern that I expect you to see here. As you head on towards areas like Buffalo and Albany, and even into areas of Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont, right now I'm thinking that that's where the bullseye when it comes to the snowstorms will be with this type of storm track. The cold enough air will be about right here in north and west to give you pretty much all snow. Boston is still up in the air for me because this storm track could be more of a thing where it goes like this, and that would give Boston some snow, but of course I would cut that out. Right now I'm leaning towards it, Boston, and getting more of a mixed situation this year. Now last year I do believe I'll still get some snow up there, but expect more of an average winter, unless you're living in the interior sections of the Northeast. So this is what to expect, just point by point. I have 5 points that you just need to keep in mind, and this is what to expect now. This might change in my next outlook. The biggest storm systems will be the north and west of where they were last year, which means I-95, to expect more mixed situations along I-95 instead of the back-to-back blizzards that you saw last year. So New York City and Boston, this time you might be just too far south and east to get those big snowstorms. So expect more of those to the north and west this year. I expected more of a typical winter this year, and about 50 miles north or west of the major cities, that's where expect more big snowstorms than you had last year. A lot of looking at a lot of the forums, people were complaining, saying that they were in the snow hole and they aren't really getting a lot of snow up there, or aren't getting the brunt of winter. This winter I think y'all get more snow than areas like New York City and Boston. The storm track will be farther on the coast than last year, which will lead to more mixing situations for the coastal cities. So this is how I see it right now. This is Dante Brown from the Weather Storm Prediction Center, here with your Northeast Detailed Winter Outlook. And stay tuned as we will be fine-tuning this for winter forecast sometime in July. Okay? Take care, everybody.